Right, welcome back, viewers, to another edition of Heads Up after a couple of big weeks of racing with the Melbourne Cup, New Zealand Cup, the Trotting Cup, everything in the last couple of weeks, and a bit of a quiet week this week. But Goat, last week, it must have been a bit of a contrast. You've been there to Cup meetings before where they've had massive, massive crowds, probably the biggest crowd you can get at a race meeting. So you were on course there last Saturday. How did it sort of contrast to that?
Well, it was definitely a contrast, Neil. You didn't have too many drunken 18 to 21-year-olds floating around like you do normally on a Riccarton Cup day. But it definitely lacked a little bit of atmosphere given the numbers on course compared to previous years. But personally, I quite enjoyed it because there wasn't so much, just queuing to get beers, go to the toilet, get a bet on, get down and see a race. It was just easy. So, no, I enjoyed it. Bodes well, would have been a good result, but you were clever enough to find Monderani. And a patient ride by Sarah McNabb might have proved the difference in getting him home, and he collected nicely there. So well done for finding Monderani. I think it drifted right out. What, about 29s on the total, something.
24s or something. I backed that on final field odds at a shorter price, so that doesn't matter. But no, it was a good ride, wasn't it? She got back, she knew the inside was well off, and you could see in the head-ons that outside part of the track was definitely the place to be. And she just kept going wider and wider until she got there, and that was probably the winning of the race. So top ride by Sarah, and it was a terrific race. And I don't know, what have the Quinella paid? What's it paid? What, 30 or 40 bucks, 50 bucks maybe, I don't know.
If you had to watch the show last week, you would have had a bit of that, no doubt. And speaking of big winners from last week, Aaron, our multi-winner, you found him a couple of nice selections at Riccarton, and they came home and he walked away with $136.
Yeah, it was a pretty easy watch with Platinum Spirit getting up in that first leg of the multi, top two, $1.70, first or second. She ran second. And to Kopua, and didn't that win well? Once it got out, you could see the horses in front were starting to battle. So just a matter of was there enough time for him to get to the lead and win, and he led with about 150 metres out and bolted in. So good old dummy Myers. No, Aaron, good on you, Aaron. Spend it wisely. Yeah.
1,000 Guineas, Perfect Pink. Well judged ride by Opie Bosson, too good. Certainly was a filly on the rise. I thought the wet track might have tripped it up, but no, still got through the conditions well enough, and again came down that outer part of the track. Great training effort by Jamie Richards, getting the first 4 home in the Group 1 feature. And I must say, I saw the Te Akau South Island team at work during Cup Week in their stables and their barn there, the visitors' barn as they call it, and you can see why they are so successful. It's a well-oiled machine, and staff know what they have to do with each horse and just go about their work in a very professional manner. So well done to the whole team.
Yeah, no, it's great to see. And you've got to acknowledge Opie's expertise in selecting the right ride for big races. So he's a top rider, isn't he? And he gets, if he says he wants to ride this, no one's going to argue with him, are they? So he's a man to watch over the next few months. And so you've really got to be wary of what he jumps on. So be warned. Right, we've got a big race at, a few good races at Te Rapa tomorrow. Good size stakes, and the Auckland Thoroughbred Breeders is a really good race, and not a strong field, and it's set weights. You would think Too Illicit and Travelling Light should fight this out.
Yeah, well, Travelling Light, a Group 1 winner. Too Illicit, a Group 1 winner in waiting, you'd suggest. So, yeah, they're right at the top of the market. The 1,400 metre trip, second up Too Illicit, sticking to that distance. Travelling Light, I think these two, from memory, these two met in the Waikato Guineas, I think it was, on this track.
Yeah, we were there.
3-year-olds over 2,000, and Too Illicit spanked Travelling Light by about 6 lengths that day, from memory.
Yes, I remember that day.
So she definitely likes the course, and she's got a lot of class to her, hasn't she? And as long as the second up syndrome doesn't affect her, you'd say she looks a pretty good bet in that race.
Yeah, well, she second up last 2 campaigns. Well, First campaign, she won second up at Ellerslie. Next campaign, she won fresh up, ran fourth at Hastings behind a not a bad horse in Melody Bell. And then winning at Hastings, she ran the fastest last 600 metres and 200 metres all day in a fast run race. So she's just come back at another level. So I think there's plenty of pace in the race if there's not too many scratchings, but I think she'll just drop back. Binny will just angle her out and she'll go bang. Travelling Lightsdale was one to beat, but even with J.K. Riddell on, I think Two Illicit should just be too good. We shall see tomorrow. Anything else to like tomorrow?
Oh, well, speaking of Opie, I think the wrap's been pretty big around the 2-year-old he's riding tomorrow in race number 3, Bright Blue Sky, $1.90. I think that's pretty smart. I know it's up against the unbeaten Mascarente, but yeah, Bright Blue Sky looks a good bet. And yeah, looking forward to being on track at Awapuni tomorrow. A few nice horses going around there as well. So we're getting into that time of the season where, you know, the 2-year-olds are stepping out, the 3-year-olds are getting ready for some of the big features up north, and it's a good, exciting time, I have to say.
Yeah. Now, last week, the Taranaki just about did it for us. They could have.
Oh, that was painful, Neil. I ended up taking the 14.5 start, and when they're up by 12, you've got to kick right in front of the post that you could get blindfolded, and they choose not to take it. Well, yeah, that wasn't good. It wasn't good, but we turned the page. We're sticking with them, actually. In the final, weather conditions will be very different this week to last. Against Otago, 4.5 point start. I think they'll cover that. They beat Otago comfortably in the round robin down there. Now they get to play them at home. They'll still remember that Otago took the shield off them at this very ground last year. So I think that will inspire Taranaki, and they'll want the unbeaten season. They've been very vocal in the fact that they're not going to be able to get promoted, so they don't want to have egg on their face to not win the competition, otherwise make them look a bit silly. So I think they've got all the motivation there. They've got the right team, all their good players fit and ready to go. And I think all those factors combined will see Taranaki running out comfortably, comfortable victors, covering the -4.5. Kickoff 2:05 tomorrow, Saturday afternoon.
$1.87.
$1.87. Yep.
Okay, good. Right.
I was nearly going to tip the French, actually, Neil, against the All Blacks, but I thought I'd better not be too unpatriotic. But yeah, I think the All Blacks are in a bit of disarray at the moment, and I don't know if a week will be enough to turn them around after they lost to Ireland, and France are right on top of their game at the moment. So
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I'm going to watch that game, because I watched the Irish game last week, and that was one of the best games I've seen for a long time. I really enjoyed that. So, so what are I haven't even seen the odds for, you know.
Yeah, the odds.
270 France. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 270 France.
Yeah, point start maybe.
Well, if you want to be a bit conservative, take the points on offer. But yeah, I think France will be very hard to beat at home. So
it's the bounce back factor, I suppose, for the All Blacks. And when was the last time they lost 2 in a row? Can't remember.
Not for a while, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway, time will tell.
Time will tell. Yeah.
Have we got any money in the prize pool to give away a multi this week?
Yeah, a little bit there for somebody. Got 8 people who got the correct answer last week. And the question was?
Which of these 2 jockeys had ridden more 1,000 guineas winners, Opie Bosson or Lance O'Sullivan? At the time of publication or broadcast, they were tied at 3-3. Opie obviously has taken the lead since, but the answer was a tie, and 8 people were clever enough to spot that. So well done to them. And I'll choose number 4.
Len H. Well done, Len. I'll post you a multi tomorrow. He's always been battling away, having a go now and then. So he's finally won one. Good on you. So good luck with that tomorrow. There's a couple of good, actually 3 or 4 good bets tomorrow. I'll post them by 6 o'clock tonight, Friday night. So look in there, look for those.
This week's question.
New question. Yep.
Okay, so we've touched on the Auckland Thoroughbred Breeders' Stakes. This is a subjective question. Probably the first time I've ever done a question like this, Neil, but it's not really that subjective. The Auckland Thoroughbred Breeder Stakes.
We'll soon find
Who is
out.
the best? Yeah, who is the best horse to have won that race in history? Who is the best horse to have won that race? If you agree with our pick, which I think you should.
Yep.
You're in the draw for next week's multi, so get those answers through to Neil by text or by email by Tuesday night.
Yep.
And you can join Aaron and be a winner in the multi-com.
Yeah. No, I can't see too many arguments with that one because unless you're the owner of one of the horses that won the race one year, but no, 027 352 6402 or FormPro at formpro.co.nz by say Tuesday night, and you'll be in that draw for the multi for next week. Okay, now brickbats and bouquets. You go first.
Well, I've enjoyed the return of SEN and a bit of racing on the radio, and I think the enthusiasm and the passion shown by the anchor on Saturday afternoons, Mark Clayton, it's been outstanding. He loves his racing, and that comes through in his broadcasting. So just a shout out and a bouquet to our friend Clado. He does a lot of hard work behind the scenes for a lot of different racing entities and clubs. So we just want to acknowledge him today. I think you're feeling very positive too, Neil. You had a jockey you want to give a bouquet to?
Yeah, after watching Pukekohe last Thursday on that good racing surface, Kelly Miles, I thought that was terrific riding to bounce back. And on the Love Racing website on the Facebook page, I've got to work out the ride of the week, and sometimes it's quite difficult, but I thought Sarah McNabb on Monterani was really good, but she's won it before. But Kelly's ride on, I think it was race 8. I forget the name of the horse, but she got it out from a wide draw, dropped into the 1-1, got the favourite trapped on the rails, moved out, kept the favourite on the rails still as part of the other riders doing that, and then hit the front at the right time and held on to win. So top ride, Kelly Miles. It's good to see people coming out of the black. Well, I can't remember the last time she did. It would have been, what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yep, pre-motherhood even, so.
Shivers,
Yeah.
Great racing family, and I had one other. The steward's view. I really enjoyed the steward's view in the Love Racing website, where you can see all angles. There's no sound though, which is not a big deal, but really is good for seeing horses coming front on down their front straight, around the turns, getting checks and that sort of thing. So well done to NZTR for putting those videos up. They do eventually get up there after a couple of weeks. So look out for those. Worth studying if you've got time, like some of us don't have or have. Yeah.
If you don't have time, you subscribe to Form Pro and we get your knowledge and expertise from viewing those, Neil.
Yeah, just be one. I do get it wrong sometimes, and most of the time actually, but got to have out there somewhere. But no, okay. Well, anything else you want to add before the weekend? Should be decent tracks anyway. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, obviously this will get posted Friday afternoon and probably in time before race 8 at Taranaki, where we've seen probably one of the biggest plunges on a New Zealand galloper in quite a long time, I'd suggest. $7 opening price, right into $2.50. And that was no deductions were applied at that stage. So it's a big old go, isn't it? So the horse we refer to as the Alan Sharrock trained filly, Show Us More. So be watching with interest to see if the money does speak all languages in that scenario.
Yeah, very good. And for those who are hanging into the last second of Heads Up, here's one for you. The Super Surge. I got a phone call from someone who knows very, very good knowledge about trotters. He reckons She's Rain is a certainty tonight in race 3. There's a Super Surge, I think he said, paying $4.80 with Show Me More and She's Rain. So I don't know what it's paying now, but could be paying more actually if Show Me More's gone up. So get onto that, and that should start your weekend off to a good start. Okay. Right, everybody, have a good weekend. Don't make plenty of money. I'll try and make a little bit, but as long as we come out about all square with when the missus finds out. Okay. Okay, thanks.